Hey Kryptonians, this is Don Kryptonium, the best source of the information in Cosmos. In fact, quite likely the only one source of information in Cosmos when you can get the informations that matter, the informations that are useful. So before we start, make sure give that nice thumb up, because today we are going to talk about few things. I'm going to talk about osmosis a little bit, about the liquidity going down, why the liquidity is going down, some news about Stargaze. We had the price pump of the Stargaze, so what happened? We have a lot of listings of the bad kits that happened, maybe some news are coming, etc. So all of that generally I will discuss in this video. We are going to check some stats on the Defilama so you know what is happening in Cosmos. Once again, if you didn't like this video right away. So I'm going to start with the Stargaze, okay? Because we had some event on the Stargaze and the price went up 50% yesterday, okay? So this was really strange. But the deep investigation, as you can see, it's already 25%. So it was 50% yesterday, but price is deflating. So what happened yesterday? Some of the whale, sorry, my WhatsApp, I believe. I'm not going to cut this video. I'm lazy to cut those videos now. So there is one whale that does these large purchases recently. I don't think anyone knows who it is, but it's the same person whom a few weeks ago made the large purchase of Juno, large purchase of Akashnet, large purchase of Sommelier. Remember this day, Sommelier went like 40% or something like that. That was the low liquidity pump. It was apparently the same actor, the same person doing these large purchases. Apparently, this person must feel very bullish on what is happening maybe. But I'm questioning why, it's not a very clever way of doing purchases, because it's obvious and it happens to all of these coins unless this person just don't care. It's like, I'm looking 5 years ahead. I don't give a shit if I get cheap or not. I just buy, You can actually dollar cost average. So this person could spread these buys across 2 weeks and save probably $40,000. So the person spent $180,000. It could be cheaper, $40,000, if those purchases would be spread. But no judgment, it is what it is. Some people like to buy tokens like this. As I said, these purchases were also of the other coins. But as I said, deflation happened. So how I used this information yesterday, for example, I had some of the stars. And once I noticed it's 50% up, I knew, because I have already history from Sommelier, from Juno and other tokens, what's going to happen afterwards, right? So I liquidated some of the remainings and, I can buy it back cheaper. What I also did, I also used this trade for the bad kits, okay? So I'm going to show you something. What I did for the bad kits. The floor was at 40,000 and the beats were at over 35,000. So before those purchases, what is the highest bid? Let me have a look at the highest bid. 35,000. So what happened? Before this buy, the floor of the bad kits was at $400 at the floor price, and the top bid at $350, right? So as the price went up 50%, suddenly that floor price becomes $600, but there is no sales on the floor, and you can see it. I think in last month, the number of listed bad kits doubled. That tells you something, and I spoke about this in some other video. So, even dumping the bad kit on the floor yesterday at this price spike at 35,000 stars, essentially land you at over $500, and this is now the floor price is $500 of those after the deflation. So you could do it yesterday if you wanted to sell, and it would be wiser than listing them at the floor price, okay? So I already mentioned the listings are accumulating, and that's not essentially the big signal, because what holds the floor price of the marketplace is essentially listings of the people. And there is a lot of new holders of the bad kits, for example, that acquire them hoping it will go up. If it doesn't go up, they start panicking. They slowly start lowering the price and number of listings going up. The floor can be preserved, but it cannot really be preserved if the only means of the preserving floor price is the marketplace. And we see this all across the crypto. It doesn't have the deep liquidity. It's not very liquid. There is no floor, essentially. And this is why marketplace floor can move so drastically, right? So this is what I wanted to tell you. And also we had one person listing 70 bat kits at once at 40,000 floor price, which was absolutely silly, because before that listing, the floor price of the bat kits was over 45,000 or something like that. So this person could slowly start dumping it to the beats instead of listing 70 at the floor price, right? Another unreasonable move of someone that happened here. But people do people things, right? The one thing I want to tell, and by the way, I'm still the best trader, but something happened here. This is not, the leaderboard is not displayed correctly. So I think Stargaze team should fix the leaderboard, because it has not been displayed. When it comes to realized profits, I'm obviously the leader. I'm one step ahead. I'm smarter than you. We have proposal. We have couple proposals of the Stargaze. What we have of the proposal. Those that are at the interest. Okay, so let me make it this way. We have listing on the Pablo Dex. Okay, that's what I want to talk about. And okay, whatever. So it's 2 million stars to be listed on the Pablo Dex. If there is some users on the dot, the truth still is the Stargaze is the largest marketplace when it comes to Cosmos ecosystem. And I believe it's larger marketplace than any dot, You can see that by NFT volume by chain, and Stargaze was recently listed on the CryptoSlam. Okay, I found it. So Stargaze actually reached to number 12 with the trading volume. It's at number 17. It's top 20. It's higher volume than Avalanche. You don't have Polkadot here, okay? So this listing is to enable users from the DOT to buy the Stars token in case they want to be exposed to the NFT marketplace, because Stargaze is by far the largest in Cosmos. The Polkadot barely exists. The Phantom, no volume, double the Avalanche volume, and we can even change it to 30 days, right? So if we go to 30 days, Stargaze plays even higher, just below 500,000. Despite the decline of the token price, we do extremely well, and still above Avalanche. Depending on data, sometimes we are touching top 10. So this is obvious move, when it comes to this proposal. In this alternative non-EVM chains, except Solana and couple others, Stargaze have really strong position. There is some I also checked this recent proposal, and I'm not sure what it is. It's some integration, and it asks for stars, and I just started reading. Integrate this, whatever it is, infrastructure on Stargaze, enable NFT token gated meetings, and I already know that I would vote no, because token gated meetings is not something. It's not something very good, brother. I'm sorry. But this trend was in 2021. It's pointless so I would vote. It's not gonna pass, quite likely. So regarding proposals, so that would be, once we have incentives on the Pablo, I think it's worth to think about incentivizing Osmostar's pool if it has to continue going. So regarding Stargaze, I think that's it. I wanted to focus on Osmosis a little bit because liquidity is going down. It's actually below 100. Probably better data on Defilama. It peaked in the bull market. Obviously, here you have Luna crash and the liquidity bottomed then at 145, went up to nearly 300 and keep going down. We have learned from the founder itself that it's supposed to go down, that it's actually part of the plan. So there is nothing to worry. It's absolutely okay. If we go to $10 million total value locked, the liquidity, it's absolutely part of it. It's liquidity, right? I think it's liquidity. Yeah. So on Osmosis DEX, this is the number of total value locked. So nothing to worry regarding this, but the real reason why liquidity is going down is because token prices are crashing. So as I said, the larger asset is sucking out the value of the smaller tokens. So liquidity is quite likely escaping from Cosmos. We've been seeing that. So it's not supposed to go down because they did something. It's because the token price go down and it affects liquidity. And it is a problem, right? The exception is Kujira. Recently we have a little crash, so you can see it's going down, but Kujira liquidity was actually going up. It's still not much, but I would see there might be, I will repeat Black Horse, because there is really a lot of things happening with Kujira. And instead of just being DEX, because Osmosis is just being DEX. And by the way, it's not a hate. Osmosis, this liquidity is still good. This liquidity is higher than the largest DEX on Arbitrum, right? So just give you perspective that this is the reality of the bear market right now. But is there a bottom? We don't know if there is a bottom. Okay, Kujira is different because it's not only DEX. It's liquidation beats stable coins, lending, borrowing. It's whole set of the products, right? So if we're gonna have some new trend, if we're gonna have this Cosmos chain that trends, Kujira could be the one, right? And we see that with MantaDAO, they do a lot of actually swaps with other tokens. They try to do something. They try to have fun with the Cosmos. And maybe that is the way. Maybe the way is to be a little less serious. Maybe the way is to stop finding the silly excuses of what it is and say what it is. It's the tokens going down, okay? That's it. Could give shout out maybe to some new NFTs. I've seen the new NFT on the block, by the way. It's called Clowns. And I feel like I might be very bullish. I've seen some of the art. It's really high quality art. I feel it speaks. It speaks and says, this is the NFT crafted for a cosmonaut. So I'm looking forward to this NFT because maybe this will most inventive project in Cosmos. So this is the news for today. I think it's fair to finish it. 14 minutes. Don Kryptonium's out. Till the next time.